Hey y'all, Iric Sky here, and I want to talk about, actually respond to a question that several people have asked, and some people haven't even asked a question. They just said, well man, I've already got the Phantom, or I've already got the Mavic 2, why should I get the Mavic Mini? Well, and I'm going to answer this to the best of my abilities. So obviously I have the Mavic 2 Pro. Mavic 2 Pro is my favorite drone on the market today. It's got a 1-inch sensor camera. It captures highly professional video, super smooth quality. So, the best drone on the market today, in my opinion, for capturing professional video. But since I have the Mavic 2 Pro, why do I also have the Mavic Mini? And that's the question a lot of people have. Well, that's just, that's more of a toy. That's so small, that's so lightweight. The camera's not even 4K. Why do you want to have the Mavic Mini and the Mavic 2 Pro, or the Mavic Mini and a Phantom, or the Mavic Mini and, well, there's not really a lot of other really good stuff out there. But yeah, as I've said in previous videos, and check out my field test video, the Mavic Mini, even though it is 2.7K, it's got the really nice gimbal. So the video stability from this looks just as smooth. Even in a moderate amount of wind, it looks just as smooth to me as a Mavic 2 Pro. Now obviously the video quality, topping out at 2.7K, is not as crisp as the 4K 30 from the Mavic 2 Pro Hasselblad camera. So, but that's not saying that the 2.7K video in this is not good. A few things that you'll notice, obviously this is not a 1-inch sensor camera, and I apologize if you're hearing wind noise. There's very strong wind, and I'm watching that tripod, because if it starts to move, I'm gonna jump. But yeah, lower light conditions, this camera is not going to perform as well as the Mavic 2 Pro's camera. During the day, it performs exceptionally well. Now if it's facing towards the sun, it's not going to be able to handle that as well as the Mavic 2 Pro's camera. But if you're not facing directly into the sun, this thing handles exceptionally well as far as video quality is concerned. Even though it's 2.7K, it doesn't mean it can't be used in 4K video projects. Like this video right now, this face on video that I'm filming, this video is in 4K 30. I'm filming it with my Sony Alpha camera. But I could mix in 2.7K footage within that same 4K video project. Sure, the footage filmed with this is not going to be true 4K, but I can embed it within a 4K video project. So you'll be watching, in this situation, you could be watching Sony Alpha camera footage, and then it would flip over to 2.7K Mavic Mini footage within the same video. So this thing is not a poor performer. Thing that this brought to the table that is not currently available in any other DJI drones, and it's a shame it's not, is the ability to recharge by way of USB. Well, it's a micro USB, but you go micro USB to USB-C, or micro USB to USB-A, whatever type connector you're using. But what that brings to the table is the ability to recharge this off the grid using battery banks. And in my case, I use the solar battery bank. And again, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there. I've linked the solar battery bank, as well as the Mavic Mini, obviously, and all the accessories. But it's, that's a huge convenience, especially if you're hiking and, you got to keep things light. And if you're hiking, multi-day hikes, and you don't have access to a boat or a car or an ATV or something like that to top off, if you've got a solar USB battery bank, you can renew the batteries within your solar USB battery bank and then recharge your drone. So, if you're doing a lot of off-the-grid type droning, this is a drone first of its kind. So, again, that USB recharging capability, a lot of people don't put a lot of thought into it. They're like, well, you can recharge USB. A lot of you may think, oh, it's just a different cable to charge with. No, in reality, that opens up an entirely new realm of opportunity. So, something that in itself, for me, is justification to buy the Mavic Mini, even though I have the other drones. So, this thing is a solid performer. And again, I don't want to set the expectation that, oh, this is a replacement for the Mavic 2 Pro, because it's definitely not. The Mavic 2 Pro is a professional drone. It captures professional 4K video. This is a fun drone, but is more than good enough, in my opinion, for capturing YouTube videos and, complementing other footage like adventure travel, that sort of stuff. where you don't want to take a lot of size. You don't want to take something that's large. You don't want to take something that's heavy. And you may not even would take a drone, but because this thing is so small and so lightweight and so convenient, it's like, well, even if I take that and I happen to not use it during whatever adventure, at least you had it with you. And you may not do that with other drones, even the Mavic 2 Pro. The Mavic 2 Pro is very small, it's very portable, but it's not as small, it's not as lightweight as this drone. And I was hoping to fly this out here today, but you can see this wind is just kicking around. And that's another thing. This will handle wind well, but it won't handle strong wind like this, like a Mavic 2 Pro would. I would take my Mavic 2 Pro up in this wind. This I would not, just because I don't want to lose it. But yeah, the USB recharging capability is huge, something that a lot of people don't realize why it's so important. And then the cost of this. Again, expand this video's description and click the link there for current pricing, but this is not anywhere close to the price of the other drones. So, if you're flying in a safe and responsible location and you happen to crash your drone, which these things basically fly themselves, they're so good now, but if you happen to crash it, this would probably be a lot less of a loss than a more expensive drone, financially speaking. So, that's another advantage. And then again, if you're on the fence, maybe you're new to drones. Maybe you don't have a Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic 2 Zoom or a Phantom, and you're wanting to get your first drone. This is a great drone to consider, because once you learn how to fly this drone, you can pick up the bigger drones if you need to do professional work. Maybe you're on the fence. Maybe you're thinking about becoming heavily involved with drones, but you don't want to speculate with a few $1,000s. You just want to speculate with a few $100. This is that's another excellent use case for the Mavic Mini. I mean, this is a gift. If you want to give somebody a drone for Christmas, this is a great drone to gift, because it's a great, it's a solid performer. But if you learn this, you can always go to the bigger drones if you want to. And you may not ever want to go to the bigger drones. I mean, unless you're shooting professional video, like I do on my channel, on Irish Guy's Adventure channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy, you may not have the need for anything greater than 2.7K. And keep in mind, 2.7K is a lot higher resolution than 1920 by 1080, which is HD, high definition. So if you look at an HD TV and you think it's pretty good, you don't need anything fancier than this, as far as video is concerned. But if you look at HD and it's like, well, since I got the 4K TV, 4K is so much better, then, the 2.7K is kind of in the middle. It's better than HD, 1920 by 1080, but it's not 4K, 3840 by 2160. So, I'm just telling you how it is, and these are my opinions. Again, I'm an independent YouTuber, not part of a multi-channel network. Everything I say is my opinion, and I don't have anybody telling me what to say, which is great. I just tell it like I see it. So, that being the case, this is a great drone. And I'm happy to own both this and the Mavic 2 Pro, because they both serve a very unique purpose. And again, the Mavic 2 Pro for me is my professional drone. When I want something, that has OcuSync, this is enhanced Wi-Fi, it's not OcuSync, which, if you're an average user, you're not gonna notice a difference, especially when you're flying line of sight to be safe and responsible. But OcuSync is just a more reliable communication between controller and drone, in my opinion. But this performs exceptionally well. I did encounter one situation where it initiated a return to home, and you can check out my video, check out my Mavic Mini video playlist, and you can watch that video. But it did exactly what it was going to do. It came back in, I got signal again, and I was able to regain manual control, and whatever issue occurred, it corrected itself. So like all the DJI drones that I've flown to date, they've been very reliable. The technology just keeps getting better and better, and it's getting smaller. And that's what I'm so proud of. And I haven't mentioned the Inspire for a long time, but the Inspire, remember that drone that was too big and it was too heavy? The Inspire, too big and too heavy. I was afraid that DJI was going to go down that road for a while, and I think they must have watched my videos and said, man, we want a smaller, a lighter, a more capable drone. And that's what we're getting here. I will be stoked when DJI releases a Mavic Mini Pro with a 1-inch sensor, 4K or better camera. Because if you can take something so small and so lightweight and put a camera that's as good or better than the Mavic 2 Pro in the front of it, then you've created the recipe for ultimate success. You've got awesome battery life. To be so small and so lightweight, this thing gets amazing battery life. So if you give us a Pro option with a 4K, 4K 30 or better camera with a 1-inch sensor or better, that would be incredible, because then you've got something that's USB rechargeable, super duper small and lightweight for travel, and something that can film video as good or better than the Mavic 2 Pro. So once they hit, and I think that's why they named this the Mavic Mini, and they didn't call it Mavic Mini Pro, obviously, because it doesn't have those Pro features. But I think there's room for a Mavic Mini Pro and or a Mavic Air Pro, because it's just, again, smaller and lighter is good, except in situations like this where it's really windy today, and my intent was to fly this drone, but I realize it's too windy and I don't want to lose the drone. I mean, obviously I'm in a safe and responsible location, but that would be disappointing to lose my Mavic Mini. So, for that reason, I'm just rambling on about it for the video camera. Thanks for your viewership, and if you're looking for the Mavic Mini, any of the other drones, cameras, tripods, you name it, expand this video's description and then click the link there. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuide. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain IRIX Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.